Hi, welcome back to this video series about working with determinants. Now I've gone over the basics and we've looked at how to take the determinant of a 2x2 matrix. Now it gets a little more complicated. Totally doable, of course, but we're going to look at, in this video, 3x3 determinants. So an example would be this 3x3 matrix. Now with the bars here on either side, it look like an absolute value symbol. We're really talking about, and that's kind of an instructions, and it's a command to find the determinant value. Now it's kind of a process, a little step-by-step here. And a 3x3 determinant actually is created from some groups of 2x2 determinants. I'm going to show you what I mean in just a second. But the idea and the key here is that we actually focus on the first column. Okay, we're going to use these numbers here, -2, 0, and 5, as sort of my starting points. So here's what I do. I write those numbers down in kind of a spaced out way here. I'm going to put a -2 here. Then I'm going to subtract the middle term, and I'm going to add the third term. All right, so this middle term undergoes a sign change, and the third term actually keeps whatever sign it is, and it's a +5 over here, so it's going to be a +5 over here. Now I know that -0 and +0 is the same thing, but I want you to just notice the signs here. We have the first element in the first column here stays the same, the middle one changes its sign, and the third one keeps the same sign. Okay, that's the first critical point. Now, in this first group, notice how I use the -2. Okay, so if I focus on the -2, do you notice how I have been taking care of the first row and the first column? So what I do is I determine the determinant of the rest of these numbers here. In other words, if I'm going to be focusing on the -2 and write it down as my first part of this 3x3 determinant, now I'm going to ignore the row it's in, ignore the column it's in, and find the determinant of this group of numbers. It's a 2x2. So I have a -2 being multiplied by the determinant of the rest of these numbers. Okay? Again, focus on the number here that goes on the outside and make a determinant out of the rest, which is in this green box. Okay? We'll work out that 2x2 determinant in just a moment. Next, because I'm using the 0 here in the middle term, I notice that 0 is in the first column, second row, and these four numbers in the green rectangles that are left over are going to be my determinant for that group. So 3, -2, 2, -3. All right, one more. Now with the 5 being in the first column, third row, the 2x2 matrix numbers that are not being used is right here, and that's the determinant I use for that final group. So 3, -2, -3, +1. All right, now it's a very good idea to stop and go back and make sure that you have the signs on the correct numbers. All right, let's continue on. So now I have a -2, and I have to figure out the determinant of this 2x2. And if you remember in the previous video, it's fairly simple. We're going to cross multiply here diagonally this way. That'll be a +9. Okay, and we subtract. Okay, subtract the other cross product, which is 2. So 9 minus 2. We'll figure that out in a second. Now I know it's times 0 here, but let's just kind of make sure we're doing the right pattern. That'll be a -9. Subtract a -4. All right, and the last group here would be the 5 on the outside as a multiplier, and it's going to be diagonally here 3 times 1, which is 3, minus -3 times -2 is +6, so it'd be +6 right there. All right, a little confusing, but if you can kind of figure out the highlighting and the determinants of the numbers that are left, you should be okay. So -2 times 7, and that's -0, of course. And here we have 5 times, whoops, make that a plus, plus 5 times -3. Okay, the final 3 by 3 determinant is going to be -14 plus a -15, which of course would be my answer, -29. All right, next video is going to be another 3 by 3 matrix. I want you to find its determinant, and it'll be called problem set 2. Good luck.